Hello, thanks for checking out Retromageddon. This is our first episode of Mega Monday. And what better game to start that out with Mega Man, the Nintendo Entertainment System. I will be going through all the NES Mega Man games and uploading a video of them each week. I will start out just doing short videos, maybe about 15 minutes or so. I think my previous videos that I used to do were maybe a little too long. So, I'm not a speedrunner. We won't be finishing these games in 15 minutes, so it'll probably take a few weeks to finish a single game. So let's jump in and do some jumping and shooting with the Blue Bomber. I generally prefer to do Bomb Man first. If you're familiar with Mega Man games, you can pick your stage order and you get a weapon from each boss you defeat, which can be used on the next boss you fight, and will hopefully be more effective. So, that's the whole idea of it. Really classic game. This is one of my favorite Mega Man games, and obviously the most important of them. As great as some of the others were, and as beloved as they may be, especially 2. This one's the most important one, and in some ways it kind of trumps 2 for me, so, you know, it's a matter of opinion though. It did have its flaws. But, at any rate, it's great fun. And I really wanted this game for many years. First Mega Man is very rare in the States. I don't know about the rest of the world, but it tends to be rare over here. And if this guy would kindly lower his shield, it tends to be rare over here and very expensive and hard to find. Even in the mid-90s when you could get Nintendo games for like $1, this game was going for like $33 if you went to a place like Funko Land or something like that. So, you know, you either had to be really lucky or be willing to shell out a few bucks for it. Oh boy. Of course that guy gets me, right? Those things always reminded me of bullet bills. I guess that was the idea. Of course, they have a nasty surprise in that they explode when you kill them. Hopefully I'll be able to clear this without screwing up and dying. Alright. These guys are tearing me apart, but at least I didn't fall in those spikes. If you haven't played this game and you don't know, that one area I just passed, maybe you never screwed up on that area, but if you're not careful making those jumps, you can get knocked in those spikes, especially if you get hit by a bullet or something. And at least in this Mega Man game, the frames of invincibility will not protect you from spikes. You'll die instantly. And I guess that's why they leave that one up there, because I imagine a lot of newer players probably found that out the hard way. I know I did. Okay. I'm not 100% sure if I will be defeating Bomb Man in this try on this life, but we will give it a go. He's probably the easiest of them all. Oh, he's jumping today. Maybe I'm too close to him or something. Oh, so close. Oh well. That's one thing I like about this game. It seems like the bosses, I wouldn't say they're unpredictable, but there always seems to be a surprise. At least for me, I don't know maybe it is just me. But usually, he doesn't jump around like that for me. So, maybe I was doing something differently, getting too close or something. Is probably the case. There we go. Of course, you can get hit after you kill the bosses in this one. And I should be careful not to hit the start button to try to get the screen to go onto the stage select. I found out in my in a dry run I did of this earlier to get the rust off that it's very easy to accidentally hit that start button when it's transitioning and accidentally pick someone you don't want. First, we want Gutsman, because Gutsman is weak to bombs. And interestingly, this is the first place we see, I think they're called Me-Tools, the hard hat guys. That's what I used to call them as a kid. Of course, they missed that. This part's a little tricky. I was trying to record it earlier, and I had a lot of trouble with this one, so hopefully I won't be screwing it up today. If you... oh, there we go. This one's a keeper. I hope this turns out. Usually I get it on my first try. Not because I'm some masterful gamer, but just because I've done it so much over the years. Most of these levels will go fairly smoothly for me. When we get to Wily, I'm not as familiar with that. It's been a few years since I've attempted this castle in this one. And things will get interesting. Especially when we get to the infamous... oh! Of course. When we get to the infamous rock monster. I didn't know it was so easy to die there. It was actually hitting the left button as hard as I could. I was clinging to that for dear life. I don't know why I always try to kill these things. It's actually not a good idea. I advise it. Okay, how are we looking on lives? Okay, 1 life. Should be able to do this. Some energy would be nice, Me-Tools. Okay. Oh, sneaky Gutsman. Yeah, as you can see, using the right weapon is super effective. In some cases in this game, 1 or 2 hits, well not 1 hit, but like 2 hits will take out the boss. Here we go. And I think we do have enough time for Cutman. I actually didn't acquire this game until I was about 14. I was blathering about its price and rarity. But I didn't get this game until I think I was like 14 or so. And I got it for Christmas, which is a very nice Christmas gift. I was very happy to finally have it. And I did beat it pretty quickly. I didn't beat it in a day, but I think I beat it in like 2 days. I had quite a few NES games that year, among other things and other games. NES is already long replaced by, I think, the PlayStation by then. I'm not that old, but you know, it had been replaced long ago. I've always been something of a retro gamer, and you know, I was very happy to get this along with a few other games. I think also that year I got Castlevania 2. I am going to visit that one someday. It's not my favorite Castlevania. I'm not sure if it really deserves some of the hate it gets. It's something I'll look at and look into. It's been many long years since I've played it, so I'm not really going to make any off-the-cuff judgments on it. One thing I should say about it is we do have that game to thank, I guess, in some ways, for the later Metroidvania games, especially Symphony of the Night, which, you know, in my opinion, is probably one of the greatest games ever made. But, you know, there's always that sort of thing to keep in mind. Think of it as a prototype. And, you know, in many ways this game was. It really lacks a lot of the features that the later games would bring into play. Okay. These enemies never drop life when you do it. But yeah, as I really kind of digressed, but yeah, so I was about 14 when I played and beat this game. I played all of the Mega Man games out of order. Part of the reason was I wasn't terribly interested in the series when I was younger. I was more into, you know, stuff like Mario and Castlevania and some other things. So, it wasn't until I was about 11, actually, that I got Mega Man 6. It was the first Mega Man game I ever played. Even my friends didn't really play Mega Man. It's kind of odd now that I think about it, because it's such a popular series, but anyway, 6 was what attracted me to the series, because I guess I just liked the cover. Like, you know, you had the jetpack, Rush Jet and all that, and it just looked like a cool game and figured I'd try it. And I was not disappointed by 6 at all. And I started exploring the rest of the series. I think I played, you know, just to give you an idea of how out of order this guy is going to kill me if I'm not careful. I played the series. I played 6, then 4, then 3 and 2, and then 1. I never actually beat 5. I'll be doing that in this series. Partially because I was only able to rent it one weekend. You know, I only had a little bit of time to play it. So we're probably going to just die on Cutman because I don't remember if those blocks will respawn if I use Gutsman. Gutsman's power is lifting up blocks and throwing them. And you know, using that on Cutman will obliterate him. So we'll definitely just take the death here. Okay, so we're ready. Oh, he jumped over it. Okay. Oh, looks like this is gonna involve the Mega Buster. Fortunately, he's fairly weak against the Mega Buster as well, which helps out. And it looks like we are out of time, so that wrapped up perfectly. Okay, so next episode we'll move on to Elecman. Hopefully we'll be able to take out him, Fireman, and Iceman. I think Iceman's stage is a little long because of some of the block. There's some disappearing block stuff in there. So hopefully we'll be able to do the whole trio in the 15 minutes. So thank you for watching Mega Mondays. I hope you have a great week. I really appreciate everyone watching these videos. And until next time, good luck and happy gaming.